Hi there, Graham Keith here from The Great Wake Up, and thanks for listening to the next audio. Now, in this audio, what we're going to discuss is basically the excitement within a manifestation. So, when you're due to manifest a new reality, or a want, or a new partner, or lots of financial abundance, wealth, health, whatever it is you want to manifest, there's a very, very real period of excitement when you say to yourself, wow, could this be true? If this happens, life will be amazing, or whatever along those lines. And the excitement often makes us basically, say it out loud, tell people, share, and, not keep our cards close to our chest in terms of our, manifestation journey. And that's something that I did on my original manifestation journey when I was presented by the universe an opportunity to manifest $7.5 million from nothing, from across the other side of the world, with no previous experience. Yet, as a child, this was the exact match to my dream, to my wish that I wanted to fulfill at the time, and therefore is proof that manifestation is real. As a young child, you don't know what you're doing by having a want. You just want to get out of a situation. In mine, it was pain, physical pain, and no freedom by being in a body that I couldn't control and was trapped through disability and brain damage. So for me, freedom was everything I'd ever wanted. And so when the manifestation sort of materialized into motion, when I first knew about it, I was naturally extremely excited. I was overjoyed. I was actually in shock. I was actually in shock. And it was all that I had ever wanted. So I told my family how excited I was, and they didn't believe me, which is okay. But what it did for me was really make me want to accelerate the process and achieve. And I knew that I had lots to learn because I came from a different background to spirituality, etc. But I do have a very loving energy that will always be me. And many people with cerebral palsy like me, they're all the same. It must be something that God has given us as a trade-off for the things we lack or perceive to lack within our physical bodies. What a great trade-off it is, because we need more love in the world, don't we? But being excited can diminish, can make our manifestations challenging, can make things a lot harder than they need to be. Yeah, and that's because when we involve other people, we have, often their perceptions, their opinions, their viewpoints of our manifestation. And obviously, being a man who didn't have any knowledge of manifestation at all, I didn't realize the significance of what telling these people would do on my journey to manifest. What it did was I took on their opinions about my manifestation. So therefore, I was ultimately trying to prove myself to my family, being the youngest child in the family with severe disability and having two much older sisters than me. It kind of could sometimes feel like I was just the little brother. I didn't really matter. And, the things that I say and do today, well, don't always register with my family members. And that's fine. That's not their journey. But I took it as all I've wanted to be noticed. I've wanted to feel like I have value, like I am worth, my opinions, my teachings, my wisdom, my knowledge, just me as a person. But on this journey, I've grown, completely grown. And here's the advice I'd give you now. If you are manifesting anything, assume the state of the wish fulfilled now. It is done. It is yours. It has happened. It has manifested. It is here. But say nothing to anybody. Not a single soul. Nothing. Not a single word to anybody. Because when I changed my state to the correct state of assuming the wish fulfilled first, that's when I got noticed. My sister said, "You're rather jolly today, Graham." And I just smiled, didn't say a word back, didn't initiate a conversation, didn't go into detail, just smiled. And when the actual physical reality shifts in the third dimension and the actual manifestation for me, was to land in physicality, hypothetically, I would advise you not to say a word even then. Because by the time that the manifestation lands, you have already become the person in line to achieve it. And so you don't need to shout from the rooftops. You don't need to tell everybody. You don't need to tell a soul. And this is the beautiful part for me, because what I'm going to do is say nothing. Say nothing. And then randomly, people may start to understand what's happened. But still, even when they do, even when your materialization of your manifestation lands, the best practice that I could honestly advise you is to keep your lips sealed. Keep your manifestation encased in you. Because when your manifestation lands, this is equally as important, if not more important, than when your manifestation was on arrival. When we become the person who is a match to the manifestation and does therefore have it in physical possession, then there is nothing that needs to be said or done. And all we need to do then is ensure that, well, obviously we're vibrating right because we've accepted and manifested the result. But keep the state and actually go further, because when you're abundant in the physical world, when your manifestation actually is birthed into the physical world, then in my case, financial abundance will be almost immeasurable. And it is immeasurable because that's what happened when it landed, when it changed the state for me. I completely forgot about it. I don't think about the same things that I used to think about, because my inner state has been changed to the correct state in line with the manifestation and the dream or the wish fulfilled now. So you find that you don't need to leak. You don't need to leak your need to tell anybody about it, or to tell your family or friends or whatever, because that was the version of you that wasn't quite ready. Now I'm just waiting to see the look on my family's face when I surprise them with the utmost gratitude for them being my family and, in their own roundabout ways, supporting me into this life, manifesting this life, because everybody in your life does play a part in your manifestation. They might give you lemons. They might be a horrible person to you. They might say, "Oh, you'll never achieve this. You can't do that. Oh, you're living in la la land. You're living in cuckoo land, Graham." And it's those people who push us on. They're playing a very valid role under it all, and they may or may not even know that they are. But it just goes to show that everyone and everything on our journey and every experience that we have leads us directly home to the truth of ourselves and the truth of our vibration, and thus the truth of the manifestations that the universe enters into our existence. So keep those lips sealed. Build your character as someone who doesn't need to tell anybody, doesn't need to tell a soul, and just move through life as the man or woman in the state of the dream, of the wish fulfilled. And when your wish is fulfilled, maintain that state. Maintain that state of gratitude. And if you manifest money, don't be scared about, like not spending ridiculous money, but just when you do spend any money, say, I'm totally grateful for this unlimited abundance. Money flows to me from all sources and is replenished, in record time, whatever the statement may be. And assume that state, and you will sustain that wealth. You'll sustain it. You see, I actually don't spend a great deal of money. I actually don't spend a great deal of money at all. All I do is I live within means. And when I manifested my dreams, I still had that mentality, but I wanted to gift my children some security, like a small flat or a home for them, and my new grandson, and a car so they can travel around. Nothing special, just a little car. Obviously a new one, so that it doesn't break down for them. And just small gifts that will really make a real impact in the lives of our people who we care and cherish about. And then once that's done, the shift is transformational, because the people who didn't believe you, who didn't want to support you, who were against you, etc., whatever way you want to word it, they shift too. So manifestation essentially is actually healing. It's healing for everyone concerned, but especially the man or woman doing the manifestation alongside the universe. So keep your lips sealed. Stay true to yourself and try not to leak excitement, because there's nothing exciting about being and receiving what you actually are. Now, if you won the lottery and you were poor, then and you didn't have this conscious work down to a T and didn't understand it, you generally find that lots of people who come into money lose that money or spend that money because their consciousness has not been elevated and they're in reactionary modes, and they're basically just at the mercy of their needs or their impulse buys. But not me and not you. You must become whole and understand that you are the man or woman who has deserved this manifestation coming to you, and must guard it, cherish it, and love and respect it. Because that is one thing I will never ever forget after being on an 8-year journey before realizing and achieving my manifestational dream. So always make certain that you're managing your state. You're not leaking, sharing, or taking on other people's vibrational opinions or viewpoints of your journey. It's your journey, not theirs. And the best way for a newcomer into manifesting to do that is not tell a single soul a single thing, and watch your manifestation come to life and come into fruition faster than ever. Thank you for listening. I've been Graham Keith for The Great Wake Up. Please like, share and subscribe, and if you want to leave a comment below, we're very grateful for that. We'll see you in the next video or audio. Take care. Thanks for watching.